It is a month of magic here at the Hero Complex. We're doing a Harry Potter countdown, all going up to November 19th, the release of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. And today we have something very special. We're doing a tour at Warner Brothers on the lot. We have a lot of Harry Potter props, and we have a very special guest. He's around here somewhere. Hello.
How you doing, Jeff?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Felton.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
The man everybody loves to hate and now just loves to love.
This is it. This is supposedly it. Everyone says they love to hate. It's the bad guy at the pantomime that everyone loves to boo, I think. Yeah.
And how excited are you about the finale?
Exceptionally excited, if not more so than the rest of the Muggle Kingdom, because I haven't seen anything. All I've seen is the trailer, like everyone else. So yeah, it's been over a year and a half since we shot some of this stuff. So endlessly intrigued to see how good it's going to be.
Outstanding. And now we're going to take a walk around and look at some of this the magic.
Let's go and revisit the golden memories and see what we can find.
Let's see. So Tom, this one must take you back a little bit. This is you were a fairly young man when you met this guy.
Yeah, must have been what, maybe 12 or 13. This is back from Chamber of Secrets. So yeah, I was only a youngster then, and I recall to the day how much it terrified me seeing it on a daily basis. They had this at the Creature Workshop, which I know you've seen, which is just a house full of scary things like this. So yeah, needless to say, it petrified me for a good 5 or 6 years.
And you guys had one that moved, yeah?
Yes, we had an animatronic one that the legs actually moved towards. That was the day of reckoning where I realised that my fear of spiders was never going to be overcome. Since then, these rubber ones are not so bad. I'm fairly comfortable about being close to this one, but yeah. Needless to say, he's a rather unpleasant-looking thing, isn't he?
Well, I have fear in my heart, so let's move on. This is a little alarming, actually. She looks very real.
This is petrifying. Excuse the pun, but this is young Emma Watson being petrified. This is, again, back from Chamber of Secrets when she sees the basilisks through her mirror, I believe, if I recall rightly. Yeah, and needless to say, it was rather alarming for us when we first saw these. I think there were 3 or 4 dummies, and this obviously being the one of Emma. It was rather shocking to say that, especially when you put them next to each other, because the similarities are literally uncanny. It's quite bizarre.
It's interesting because all of us, we'll look back on our youth and our childhood and we'll have certain memories, but for you guys, a lot of these memories are frozen in time, in film, and things like this.
It's true. It's what's kind of bizarre going around this museum. Looking at it, it feels like I'm literally revisiting a lot of my history. A lot of these things, they remained at the studio for several years after we finished filming. So I'm kind of glad that they've come here to find a second home. Draco, well, I think the character really came to life whenever he was dressed in the all black suit, especially this one. I think this is a casual suit that he wore to school every now and then, but it's one of the few suits that I've ever worn that ever really has truly fit me very well. So yeah, credit to that. I miss it. I stare at it now and think, you know what, maybe I should just try it on and see if the old thing fits me. But yeah.
And there's something about being in costume too, and feeling that it helps you empower the character, doesn't it?
100%, especially with this, because it was such a clean, and I had this bright blonde hair and this all black suit, other than this lovely silver Slytherin tie-pin, and the shoes as well were incredibly, as you can see, they're rather wizarding, really. It's all I can say. They're rather elf-like with the pointiness. I miss the suit. I do feel it was like you said, it was a lot easier to embody Malfoy when you were wearing this suit. Kind of like Superman's cape.
Yeah, well said. It's like Superman's cape. And as you went forward with the character, what were some of your compass points as far as finding his sensibility and because you never wanted him to be a cartoon, and you did a very good job making sure he wasn't a cartoon.
This was the coming of age for Draco, was the whole stepping out with a tie and all the rest of it, and also his own motivation for wanting to be the man and wanting to be, with his dad behind bars, and he wants to step up his game and trying to become this new sort of man of the family. Unfortunately failing, but he's looking good at the same time, so that's all that matters, right?
You mentioned Jo Rowling. Sure. What's your sense of her, and what can you tell us about the conversations that you've had with her through the years?
Oh, she's been an absolute dream to work with. Obviously, she's the one who has provided us with the story, so it's fantastic. Every chance we get to meet her and every chance we get to ask her, is that what you envisioned? And every year she seems to be more humble, and she even wrote me a personal handwritten letter at the end of the 6th film just to say congratulations on the hard work. So it was very nice touch, and she's hugely I look up to her massively.
Wow, that must be really lovely for you just to have that keepsake.
It's framed on the wall. Yeah, needless to say, that was as nice as it is to get the directors and the producers praise and if they're happy with the work, then brilliant. So am I. But to get hers was truly a tear-jerking moment, it must be said. And I wrote one back, obviously post-haste.
Oh, that's lovely. And Draco, I mean, how do you feel about how you left him? Do you feel good about where he's at? Do you have a sense of closure with that character?
Yeah, he has some closure. He had a good arc, as they say in the acting game. And it left very nicely because it was this real limbo, whether he's in the good side, whether he's in the bad side. We never knew which way he was going to go.
What do we have here?
This, my friend, is a sketch that I drew up for in the Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004 it says here, and the art department gave me a rough model of what they wanted to use in the film, and I didn't quite think it was up to scratch, Draco being a budding artist, as I thought he would be, so yeah, I spent the next 4 hours with a quill and ink drawing this up, but please come and have a look. I mean, I'm endlessly impressed with my skills as a young child. Lord knows I could not draw something like that these days.
And they added sort of an electrifying zzz.
That's right.
If I recall,
there you go. Yeah, very accurate memory, Jeff. Very impressed. I was very surprised by that. Even with the authentic DM signature in the bottom left corner. That's how method I was when I was painting.
My favorite thing always was the way you said Potter.
Yes, that seems to be the most recurring question I get. And actually, I get a lot of kids emulating come up to me saying, Potter! And they say, go on, say it, go on, Potter! And they go, oh, yeah, great. So, yeah, you seem to enjoy that.
And what's it like to play such a bad guy? Do you find it cathartic? I mean, do you get a lot of your negative feelings out by...
Definitely. I'll even go as far and say I find it therapeutic.
Really?
I have found it. So, yeah, definitely. I seem to be able to vent my day-to-day frustrations through this... strange little child who I've had great enjoyment playing, and every year he seems to get bigger and better, and it's been hugely therapeutic. I don't know what to do now. Now it's all over. I'm not sure whether I should. You'll find me walking the halls of Leavesden Studios looking for one of the sets one day, I'm sure.
Outstanding. Well, I think you have a lot of stuff coming up. I know that
very excited.
It's a very promising time for you. So.
It is. Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Jeff, always good to see you. Sir.
Always good seeing you as well.
Take care of yourself.
All right.